Thanks for tuning in to another show reflection. Hit the thumbs up button. After this show, make sure to go to the home tab so you can check out the new merchandise that's dropping at the night school. Peace reflections. You are over here with Sarithia. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button if you haven't already. Because today or tonight, whenever you click this video, we are talking about clones. We talking about, if you are unfamiliar with the cloning world reflection, then this is a very true thing. Okay, y'all know I'm all the way from Mars. I come over here and I be telling some shit. I be telling just a little pinch of something. Okay, we are talking about clones. Clones, when they think of clones, when most people think of clones that are familiar with the cloning world, they think of celebrities, but it's not just celebrities reflection. You hear me say a lot throughout our videos. I'll be like, we'll go through the world and we'll see a lot of NPC players. Okay, these people that's just in the game reflection, they really just in the way. You get what I'm saying? They not even focused on what's really going on. You ever heard your grandma say a lot of people just be living, they don't even know really what they living for. They just in the game, they just working, eating, sleeping, wake up, do it all over again. Working, eating, sleep, do it all over again. Whatever they doing, robbing, stealing, whatever they doing, reflection. Okay, but they don't have a sense of purpose. Okay, and not saying that clones don't have a sense of purpose, because some of them are created with a particular purpose. Reflection. Okay, shit, have you not watched the news lately? You gotta be like, what was they thinking? What was they thinking? They must hit the button. You remember in my older videos, if you've been over here with me, they used to be my favorite saying, hit the button. They didn't hit the button on their ass. That's what I mean. Reflection. Okay, we're talking about the cloning world. We're talking about a little piece of mind control, little piece. Okay, but keep in mind, clones, they have to be supervised. All right, it's kind of like when you think about a clone, well, we'll talk about it in the video, but when you think about a clone, some are created and some are manufactured. It's a difference. Then you get what I'm saying, in that petri dish, in that little petri dish, you get what I'm saying, that petri dish reflection. And some are literally created like a robot. Okay, but not all. Some of them, shit, they got skin, they got blood, they got, whether it's artificial blood or not. You get what I'm saying? Reflection is really an advanced world out here. Allegedly. Remember, everything in this video is highly alleged. But we are over here talking about some celebrities that have actually came out and admitted that they are clones. Yes. Do y'all not be watching TV? Or y'all just be acting like an NPC player? You just in the game, reflection. You ain't even playing. You think you playing the game, but you ain't even playing. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead, get everything you need. We're gonna start the countdown. Get y'all a little time to come on in the room. Hit that like button. Don't forget to ring my bell. Don't forget to ring my bell. Ring my bell as soon as you come in here, reflection, so you never miss out on the video. Okay. So with that, and also, if y'all haven't remember, we're doing our shadow work this week, so don't forget to tune into those videos as well. But right now we're gonna go over here to that Hollywood tree. Okay, we're gonna go over there to the Hollywood tree, but keep in mind, cloning is just not in Hollywood. It's some everyday people that you are around, allegedly. Reflection. Okay, now with that being said, go ahead, get everything you need. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. If this is your first time over here, let me introduce myself. I am Tarithia. And we are back, Reflection. We are back. And if you just tuned in, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button if you haven't already, because we are over here talking about clones. We are over here talking about the cloning world. Okay. Now, as you can see the title of the video, some celebrities have actually came out and have admitted to having a little double Reflection, having a little clone. Okay. Now, have you ever heard of doppelgangers? We talked about that if you look at my conspiracy theory tab, when I first came on YouTube, I used to do a lot of conspiracies. Reflection. I used to talk about a lot of conspiracies. Let me know, drop in the comments, or actually go to the poll, and we may even bring back a lot of those conspiracies if you want me to talk about them. Okay, but when you think about doppelgangers, Reflection, there'll be some people that allege that they will see people that look just like them, that look just like them. Reflection. They have ran into people that look just like them, not comments like them, not sort of like them, but just like them. Okay, so they kind of go in with cloning too. They just kind of gave it a different name. Okay, keep in mind the name changed, but the game is always still the same. Now, as we go throughout this video, you will learn that cloning, keep in mind what's they saying, nothing is new under the sun, baby. Nothing is new under the sun. So cloning isn't anything new, just like artificial intelligence isn't anything new, and they all go together depending on how advanced the clone is. Okay, now if you are interested in information like this and content like this, definitely go subscribe to my channel over there on Rumble, www.rumble.com, Taretha Perez. The name is the same on every platform. Okay, so definitely go over there and check out my raw and uncut videos, because I talk a lot about cloning over there too, and it's a lot of videos. I actually just dropped a video on cloning in this, so definitely go over there to www.rumble.com, subscribe to me over there, Taretha Perez, and you will see a lot of your girl, what I'm saying, a lot of piece of conspiracy. It's up to you, Reflection. I'm just here bring you the information. It's up to you to decide what you think is real and what you think isn't. Okay, because a lot of people, they believe in conspiracy theories, and a lot of people like, y'all, I don't know, y'all got too much time on y'all hand, but keep in mind, I don't even got time, Reflection. I make it. I don't got time, baby. I make it. Okay, so with that being said, I made time to come over here and actually talk about this. All right. Now, for a lot of people, all of my non-believers who don't believe in cloning, that's okay, Reflection. That's okay. I'm not here to bring you, I'm not here to make you a believer, but I am here to bring you the information. Okay, so let's go into the world of cloning a little bit. Come on down this rabbit hole, come down this tunnel vision with me, Reflection. Okay, so with that being said, I need you to keep an open mind. Keep in mind, some of my content can be very triggering to a lot of people, because keep in mind, there are a lot of NPC players out here, and a lot of people have been a victim of cloning, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it, baby. Hey, now keep in mind, some clones, they know they're clones. They realize that even if you look in certain movies, I forgot the name of this movie. I'll probably link it down below, or y'all can drop in the comments if y'all know what I'm talking about. But it was these clones, right? And they figured out that they were clones. They figured out it was like something up with our ass. Something is up with us, okay? And a lot of clones have allegedly been rebelling a little bit, okay? Because they feel like that they are people just like, just like we are, Reflection. Okay, and with that being said, the only difference is they don't have a soul, but they depending on the version of the clone, they become more self-aware. That's why I tell you, AI and cloning, it goes hand in hand. Some are made in a petri dish, and some are created like robots. Okay, so with that being said, I need you to keep an open mind throughout these videos, okay, Reflection? And definitely don't listen to what Taretha say. Go and do your own research. All right, do your own research, okay? So with that being said, let's take a listen at a couple of videos talking about cloning. Then we're gonna get into some more videos where celebrities are actually admitting,
of the total population are clones. And see, we've been dealing with the science of cloning since the Egypt and Atlantis days. So this is not new, but a lot of people are just now finding out about this, which really just shows you how far behind people really are. When you understand that the physical body is nothing more than a vessel for consciousness, then you start to see reality differently. Back in ancient times, when we were more spiritually advanced, we had the ability to transfer our consciousness in and out of the body and in and out of dimensions at will. The pharaohs used to actually lay in tombs for weeks, and astral travel is called suspended animation, where you're able to shut down your bodily functions, which frees your consciousness from the body so that you can actually exist solely on the spiritual plane for an extended period of time. But what happened was, over time, this knowledge was lost and people became trapped within their physical bodies. So fast forward to 2023, there are very few people who actually have this knowledge and science of how to do this. So there are literally certain beings who have this knowledge, who have the ability to go in and out.
Okay, so what do y'all think about that reflection? What do you think? Keep in mind, there's nothing new under the sun. This goes back even to the Egyptian days. Like I was talking about in my other video, artificial intelligence, AI, it goes all the way back to Egypt reflection. The Book of the Dead, if you know how to read it, it's not just about spells and incantations. It's about mind control, okay? And keep in mind, when you have a clone, whether it's created in a petri dish or whether it's manufactured like a robot, you got to have some sense of control, okay? It's like even though it's the body appears to be an adult, the mind, it doesn't develop as quick. It doesn't. You can grow the body quicker, you can advance the body quick, but you cannot advance the brain. You get what I'm saying? It's like a baby growing up. You get what I'm saying? So therefore it has to have some type of control. And sometimes some can handle the fact when they find out that they were a clone, and some can't reflection, okay? So within that cause malfunctions, okay? That cause going over the deep end, that causes a panic, okay? So with that being said, all this go back to the Egyptian days, okay? Reflection, there literally is nothing new under the sun. Things just get history. What they say, history don't change, it just keep repeating itself, okay? It just keep repeating itself in different people, places, and things. Keep in mind that book. if you listen at some of my older videos, I used to always say, hit the button. Hit the button. All right, keep playing. They're gonna hit the button on your ass. Keep talking too much. They're gonna hit the button on your ass. It's a reason why they can hit the button on your ass, okay? You get what I'm saying, reflection? So with that being said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. If you just came in the room, we are over here talking about, we done jump down this tunnel vision, okay? We are talking about the world of clones, okay? Now remember, everything in this video is alleged. Definitely go do your own research, okay? So with that being said, let's keep going.
Good morning. Be possible to clone. Our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings if the technology were developed. Therefore, today I am issuing a directive
of the total population are clones.
Any cloning of human beings.
Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but this is actually, keep in mind, I told you cloning isn't anything new, right? This video that I'm about to play is actually the president talking about how he was against human cloning. He was against cloning, okay? So let's actually take a listen at this.
Good morning. Would it be possible to clone? Our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings if the technology were developed. Therefore, today I am issuing a directive that bans the use of any federal funds for any cloning of human beings. Effective immediately, no federal agency may support, fund, or undertake such activity. Of course, a great deal of research and activity in this area is supported by private funds. That is why I am urging the entire scientific and medical community, every foundation, every university, every industry that supports work in this area, to heed the federal government's example. I'm asking for a voluntary moratorium on the cloning of human beings until our Bioethics Advisory Commission and our entire nation have had a real chance to understand and debate the profound ethical implications of the latest advances. As we gain a fuller understanding of this technology, we must proceed not just with caution, but also with a conscience. By insisting that not a single taxpayer dollar supports human cloning, and by urging a moratorium on all private research in this area, we can ensure that as we move forward on this issue, we weigh the concerns of faith and family, and philosophy and values, not merely of science alone. Thank you very much.
Okay, so what do y'all think about that right there, reflection? What do you think about that? Keep in mind, this is when President Clinton. This goes back even before him, reflection. This go way, way back, okay? But they were trying to put it more into the human population, allegedly, reflection, okay? So he was against cloning. He was against, listen, I don't think y'all should be over here playing. Keep in mind when they cloned the what was it, the sheep, Dolly the sheep. Y'all remember that, reflection? They cloned Dolly the sheep. Now when they clone Dolly the sheep, reflection, keep in mind certain things. A great scientist, they always test things on animals before they test it on humans. But keep in mind, if you ever watch the movies, I keep telling you, a lot of the truth are in movies. They will literally just because it works on an animal does not mean it would have the same side effects as it would on a human. You get what I'm saying, reflection? So they kind of have to tweak certain things, all right? But they always test it on nature first, right? So they felt like, well, since we've cloned this sheep and we've done that successfully, and allegedly they've cloned a whole bunch of other stuff as well, reflection, before they even tried to test it on humans. But keep in mind, I keep telling you, the genetic engineering of humans goes all the way back from the beginning of time. Even if you want to open that book, you know that book I'm talking about, that holy book, reflection. If you really know how to read it, if you really go back in Genesis and you really know how to read it, but keep in mind it was a whole lot going on before the book of Genesis. Okay, it was a whole lot going on before the book of Genesis, if that's the book that you want to reference from. Okay, so with that being said, let's even go back to if you believe in the Anunnaki and different things like that, reflection, okay? Keep in mind, I told y'all they came from a different planet. Keep in mind, no matter what religion you believe in, no matter what you believe in, I can take it there. And it's some type of form of artificial intelligence. It's some type of cloning going on in there. You just didn't interpret it right, okay? So think about the Anunnaki, reflection. Think about even these extraterrestrials that came here, allegedly, reflection. They were in search of gold. They were in search of gold for different things, all right, for different things, for different reasons. It wasn't one thing that they could do with this particular mineral, right? So when they came here in search of gold, keep in mind that it came here all the way from another planet. Keep in mind we've been the same, reflection. Our attitude been the same. History don't change. It just keep going in different people, places, and things. So we cruising in our spaceship, reflection. We partying and bullshit. Oh shit, this the planet. We here, baby. We here, baby. And we like, listen, somebody got to go out there and get the gold. You know what's, reflection? Listen, I already drove here. I already drove here. I stopped by the ocean. I got us some water for the spaceship. I'm not finna get out there and I'm not finna go mine and look for no gold. You will create something. I don't care what you create. You better create a being. You better get up there and get in that petri dish, baby. You better whip it, work it, and whip it, work it, and whip. You better get out there in that petri dish and you better create you some beings to go out there and do it, because I'm not doing it. But I'm not doing it though. I'm not doing it though. Okay, here you can get a little piece of my, just a little pinch. Hold on, let me got a little pinch. Let me give you a little piece of my blood, just a little bit now, just a little bit, because you know they may start thinking they superior and shit around here. They may start thinking they superior and shit. Give you just a little piece now, just a little, just a little droplet, just a little, just 1%, okay? And you go and you create us some shit. You go create us some shit and you have them look for the gold. And you have them mind for the gold, because I'm not doing it. Because I'm not doing it. Did you not know I'm the original race around this motherfucker? Okay, so anyway, it could have been something like this. It's some page reflection. Y'all know I remix some shit. But you get what I'm saying? If you go through the history, if you go through the stories, then all of it's gonna connect. You reading the same story over and over. They just interpreting it and putting it in different forms and context. You get what I'm saying, reflection? So they genetically engineered some beings, especially the Anunnaki. You know they always somewhere trying to genetically engineer some shit. They always somewhere whipping and working. Okay, so anyway, they genetically engineered these beings, reflection, to mine for gold. Okay, so with that being said, even if you go back all the way, nothing is new under the sun. I keep saying that for a reason. I keep saying that for a reason. All right, and even when you think about, so I'm getting off track a little bit, but it all go together if you know how to put the pieces. Okay. Y'all remember when they said it was allegedly this alien, not invasion, but all these spacecrafts was around, I said around the White House. Y'all remember that? Go do some research into it. It was these alien spaceships all around the White House and shit, okay? And it has been alleged, if you go do some research, that certain presidents have came in contact with these extraterrestrials, and they was exchanging, they was trading shit like the natives. They was trading and shit. And you listen, I'm gonna give you a little technology, and you give me a little something. You get a little technology, you give me a little something. Because you know I'm always around here genetically engineering some shit. I'm always listening. I'm a great science. I'm a great scientist. You know they be thinking they a great scientist. No lab coat needed. Reflection, man, I'm knocking something else. They some of them extraterrestrials or something else. Hit the like and subscribe, but everything over here is highly alleged. We do a little piece of conspiracy theories. Just a little piece. You pick up what you need. You get what I'm saying? I'm not here to make you a believer. I'm just telling some shit because I'm from the east side of Mars. The east side, not the west, not the south, not the north. I'm from the east side of Mars. And I be telling shit. This little piece. This little piece is what I heard over there. Just what I heard. So back on track, Clinton is saying, reflection, that he did not want cloning. He did not approve of cloning because a lot of people, they knew that these beings would one day come self-aware. They knew. Okay, have y'all watched this TV show? Let's get off track just a little bit. If you got Prime Video, go watch this TV show called Feed, Feed. Feed. Now I'm over here promoting shit for free, but I'm just trying to tell you, they put everything right in your face. You're just not paying attention. You're just not paying attention. Now, go watch this TV show called Feed. And they're talking about these beings. You get what I'm saying? Think about the science project, Reflection. You know, sometimes the science project don't work, so you throw the shit to the side and you go on to something else. You throw the shit to the side, but the shit that you threw to the side, they like, wait a minute, baby, I'm becoming self-aware around here. I'm becoming self-aware. I feel like I'm important too. I feel like I am a person too. Okay, you get what I'm saying? I'm becoming self-aware because that's what you created me to be. But you know, some other shit didn't work out how you thought, so you just pushed me to the side. You said you finna create a better version, but what about me though? What about me though? You get what I'm saying, Reflection. So even think about what's that movie where they was talking about the tethers? Y'all know what I'm talking about? What is that movie called? Where they was talking about the tethers, Reflection, and not us or some shit like that. It maybe was named Us or something like that, Reflection. Either way, they was talking about these tethers, okay? And because keep in mind, what if you take the T off tethers, you get what? Ether, or you get ethers, however you want to pronounce it, you get ether, some shit like that. But anyway, Reflection, they were saying that these beings were left alone and they had the shit survive down there by themselves. They had to basically, when you hear them talk about the void, they call it different shit, Reflection, the shadows, all of that. That's what they talking about, Reflection. Okay, that's exactly what they're talking about. But definitely go check out that show. I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but it's gonna all come together with what I'm talking about, okay? And these particular beings and how they have learned to become self-aware. All right. So with that being said, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Cloning is real.
All right.
All I need to do is take 2 cells off of your body, yours.
Uh-huh.
We give them a small electrical charge. I'm just now I act like a fertilized egg. If I got a fertilized egg, all I need is a receiver in order to make it. So they were hypnotizing women, you know, said they were being invaded by aliens. And the fetus starts growing, right? Needs food. Well, they can use cows and sheep, too. Again, a food source. That's all we need. After about 14 weeks, all of a sudden that fetus is gone. Because they've learned to take, that's when the fetus starts developing its own blood supply. Then they've used a pituitary hormone extract that they have, which accelerates the being that grows. And the original technology was given to our government by the Greys. Now, the reason was that our scientists were all excited because we could have spare parts. If you need a heart or a liver or anything, you won't have any rejection. It's your own DNA, right?
Okay, because theoretically, if we have overpopulation,
Let's go back. So we finna go back to that, but let me explain kind of what he was talking about right there. Keep in mind, I told you, clones is 2 ways to make them. You can make them like a robot, or and put transfer of consciousness that's totally different, but it's still a clone in so many forms, fashion, and ways. Or you can create them in a petri dish. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Reflection, you create them in a petri dish. You can take your genetics allegedly and make a double of you. But keep in mind, think about it like this. Just like, well, why would certain people even want to do it? But think about it. If you really had the money to do it, you get what I'm saying? Reflection, you got to put your mind. You can't think like somebody, with a couple $1,000s. You got to think about somebody with millions. Okay, you got to think about somebody with billions. Even though it don't take that much money, you can have you about 30, 40,000. You can make you a clone. Okay, reflection, depending on where you're at. I heard allegedly. Okay, so with that being said, reflection, these clones, a lot of people, they wait for certain body parts. They wait for kidneys. You know what I'm saying? Kidney transplants. Okay, so certain diseases and shit, certain things go wrong with them, reflection. And what if you didn't have to wait? What if you didn't have to wait on this list for another kidney? What if you didn't have to wait for another heart transplant? But what if you didn't have to do all that because you already got a clone? You already got this being that be created in a petri dish that got all the parts that you need for them. And that sounds cruel. That sounds cruel to know that you get what I'm saying, to some people. To some, it depends on how you're looking at it. Depends if you're looking at that left eye, you're looking at the right eye. It depends how you're looking at it. Depends what side of the board you're on, reflection. But at the same time, that's why a lot of people will create them, okay? Or that's why they started to create them. All right. So with that being said, reflection, some people look at these clones as if they were disposable, okay? And when they started gaining consciousness, reflection, they said, no, I'm not disposable. I'm not just an object. I'm not just something that you can just dispose of and throw away when you done using me. I am just like you. Okay, they don't feel like just because they don't have a soul, reflection, that they aren't just like you, because they have become self-aware. Okay, they become self-aware. All right. So with that being said, he's talking about the ones that are made in a petri dish. This is how you make
Cloning is real.
All right.
All I need to do is take 2 cells off of your body, yours.
Uh-huh.
We give them a small electrical charge. I'm just connecting it. They'll act like a fertilized egg. If I got a fertilized egg, all I need is a receiver in order to make it. So they were hypnotizing women, said they were being invaded by aliens. And the fetus starts growing, right? Needs food, where they can use cows and sheep, too. Again, a food source. That's all we need. After about 14 weeks, all of a sudden that fetus is gone, because they've learned to take, that's when the fetus starts developing its own blood supply. Then they've used a pituitary hormone extract that they have, which accelerates the being that grows. And the original technology was given to our government by the Greys. Now, the reason was that our scientists were all excited because we could have spare parts. If you need a heart or a liver or anything, you won't have any rejection. It's your own DNA, right?
Okay, because theoretically, if we have overpopulation.
So what do you think about that? And someone else asked me in one of my older videos, they was like, okay, so can clones can't have babies? So remember, it's 2 types of clones. The ones that are built like a robot, no, they can't, because they're mechanical. Okay, it's soul transfer. All right, but the ones that are made in that petri dish, yes, they can. Reflection, they can have children. They can have children too. And you're like, well, shit, what can a clone make with this one and this one and this one? No, 2 clones gotta mate. A clone cannot mate with an original being, if that makes sense. But 2 clones can get together and they can make another clone, reflection. That is possible if they both made in a petri dish, if you get what I'm saying. Okay, so that's why I'll say a lot of people are NPC players. They NPC players. And now a lot of people will say, well, no clones can't grow hair, or they can't do this, or they can't do that. Those are the ones that are made. There's different levels to this shit. Okay, it's different levels to this shit. Science have advanced way farther than the public has been made aware of, reflection. Okay, so of course a robot can't necessarily grow hair. Of course a robot can't do this and it can't do that, but all of them ain't robots, reflection. All of them aren't robots. Some of them are grown from a fetus. Okay, so with that being said, we're dealing with very advanced beings up here. So with that being said, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, reflection. Okay, make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already.
Clones being made in the projects. What could you elaborate on that and your experience with clones, Randy and Tim?
Sure, a clone is basically just a copy. It's essentially a soulless copy of a person. My understanding is that there is a requirement that is the tiniest fraction of that person's soul that has to be attached to the physical body so that the cells duplicate beyond 32 or 64 or what it is. So there's a limitation. They won't grow past that if there isn't some piece of a soul in there. But because it's just a teeny little sliver, they don't really have one. And so they're not considered a person. They're not legally considered a person because they're not a soul inside them. So they tend to be not very bright. They tend to be very undisciplined. They tend to be very difficult to train if you're trying to train a clone to actually fight. That's why we ended up abandoning clone armies, because they're a horrible idea. But a clone is basically just a copy. Now, if in my case, this is not my original body. My original body has been destroyed, and because it was beat up and bruised and old so many times that they had to give me a young one and put me back. So this is a clone body, but I'm not a clone because as soon as they put my soul into the body.
You gotta listen at the wordplay. He said these beings that are made in the petri dish reflection, that grew up in the lab, they are literally and especially if you can do a little astro traveling reflection, the place look just like that. We're gonna talk about the people that actually ran into it. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people that know how to astro project, and some people have actually seen these because they're underground, allegedly. Okay, they're in the mountains, allegedly. This just alleged, highly alleged. Okay, and you like in the mountains, Taretha? Yeah, they in the mountains too. Okay, they somewhere where you can't get in contact with them. Okay, but it has been alleged that some of these clones be breaking out of shit. They be rebellious and shit. They hard-headed reflection. Okay, it's like a little baby. Even though it's in a grown person's body, it's like a baby. Okay, so keep in mind, he just said they had certain armies, even China. You get what I'm saying? China, this is old to them. Okay, so they would create certain armies. You ain't never seen over there in China, they had them armies and all they ass look alike reflection. All they ass look just alike. It's not a coincidence. Okay, now some of those are probably robotic clones. They're probably not made in the petri dish. Okay, so anyway, with that being said, listen at the wordplay. We're gonna play it one more time after I explain this. The wordplay is they're not legally considered a person because they don't have a soul. They got little paints, just a little drop. Remember we were talking about the Anunnaki and they said, let me give you a little drop so you can go create some beings to go mine that gold. We'll give you just a little piece now. Just a little piece. You remember even with Shu. You remember with Shu when he was creating them beings he wasn't supposed to create, and he gave him just a little drop of their blood. Just a little drop of it, reflections. Nothing is new under the sun. The game is still the same. The names and the players just change. Okay, so no matter what story you read, they talking about a little piece of artificial intelligence. Within it, they're talking about cloning. In there, it's just you got to interpret it. If you're not aware of what cloning is or this technology reflection, then of course you don't know what they're talking about. You just think these beings was just created. Well, how were they created? Reflect. How was they created? Okay, so hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You're over here with Taretha, and we are definitely going down this tunnel vision. Stay with me. So he just said that legally they're not created a person because why? Why aren't they legally classified as a person? Because they don't have a soul. Okay, they just got a little tiny piece reflection, 1% of a soul. So they're not classified by law that they are humans. But keep in mind, they're becoming self-aware, and they feel like they are. They said that 1% count. They're listening to the little one drop count. I am somebody. Okay, so that's how they feel. Reflection. And keep in mind, he also said that they are very rebellious. They can be rebellious. Think about your child. Reflection. Sometimes they ass is rebellious till you teach them. Listen, don't play with me. Don't play with me. I will hit the button on your ass. Do you want me to hit this button? Because you know what happened? You want me to raise this frequency up on your ass? Do you want me to go watch the movie? Go watch the TV show Feed. Remember, they was playing with frequency as well to control those allegedly clones. I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but definitely go watch this. FEED, Feed. So with that being said, let's keep it going. And I want you to listen at this one more time now that we've explained. He also said that for them to be, when they put a soul into them, which is soul transfer. Remember we talked about that, they can soul transfer, well, conscious transfer into the robots, okay, the ones that are kind of built like a machine, but it's soul transfer into the ones that's in the petri dish. Conscience transfer into the ones that are like a robot. Soul transfer, you gotta think, reflection. It sound alike, they kind of sort of alike, but they're not alike. Soul transfer into the ones that are in a petri dish, which classify them as legally a person. You cannot classify the robots as legally a person. Okay, they kind of the same, but not really. Okay,
Clones being made in the projects. What could you elaborate on that and your experience with clones, Randy and Tim?
Sure. A clone is basically just a copy. It's essentially a soulless copy of a person. My understanding is that there is a requirement that is the tiniest fraction of that person's soul that has to be attached to the physical body so that the cells duplicate beyond 32 or 64 or what it is. So there's a limitation. They won't grow past that if there isn't some piece of a soul in there. But because it's just a teeny little sliver, they don't really have one. And so they're not considered a person. They're not legally considered a person because they're not a soul inside them. So they tend to be not very bright. They tend to be very undisciplined. They tend to be very difficult to train if you're trying to train a clone to actually fight. That's why we ended up abandoning clone armies, because they're a horrible idea. But a clone is basically just a copy. Now, if in my case, this is not my original body has been destroyed, and because it was beat up and bruised and
so we went through that reflection. Tell me, what are your thoughts? Drop in the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts about this? Okay, am I blowing your mind, reflection? Am I blowing your mind and you still like to?
And in the hybrid programs that I was associated with, they were cloning.
What's really going on? Okay, so let's listen to someone that actually was involved in a program. When you think of these different programs, reflection, okay, even in Antarctica, remember I told you a lot of these cloning facilities are underground, allegedly. Highly alleged, they're underground. They're in Antarctica, and they're also within the mountains. They within the mountains, allegedly. Okay, so with that being said, let's listen at someone who is talking about how he was involved in a hybrid. What is a hybrid? There's two. There's kind of like two, right? Reflection. Okay, when you think about a hybrid, that's kind of what keep in mind, they're called tethers, they're called hybrids, they're called clones, they're called shit. They was calling them doppelgangers, reflection. They call them a lot of different things, but it's still the same thing. Okay, if I want to confuse you, if I don't want you to know what's some shit going on, reflection, I'm gonna name it a whole bunch of different things, but the game is still the same. All you gotta do is pay attention and listen at the context clue. So let's listen at what he has to say about this particular
And in the hybrid
programs
that I was associated with, they were cloning not only species like plants and animals, but they were also regenerating tissues of extraterrestrials and growing them and then cloning them. And then they started cloning humans a very long time ago. It's interesting now that in the news, after talking about this a few times, that now they're coming forward. China just has been doing it forever, but in their underground facilities, cloning people, cloning, of course, you heard about, they cloned their first primate. And hey, they can clone a primate. This verifies what I'm talking about. Well, they can definitely clone a human. And they're also growing humans for organs. But clones are everywhere. Human, extraterrestrial, they're wandering all over. You know, some people will refer to these as doppelgangers because they can grow a human to look like someone and mind program and implant them with circuitry and things like this. And they will really think they had this life and implant them into a business or into whatever organization they want.
Well, is there a hidden agenda? Because you've just brought something up that just scares the living daylights out of me. To replace us with a clone, and who would know the difference?
This is one of the probably only times, George, that you got me on a negative part, because there is an agenda. There are hundreds of people being cloned in underground facilities in Australia and in some parts of the United States. There's no reason to, clone people and keep it a secret and make horrible experiments on these people and mind implant them.
We're primarily concerned about humans cloning human for their own purpose.
Right.
But what about ETs cloning humans?
I mean, it's possible. I'm not aware of any extraterrestrials that are, cloning humans. I am aware of extraterrestrial beings that are collecting DNA from humans.
That's been ongoing.
Ongoing, but for a good reason, not for a bad reason. reason, they can make anything too. I mean, they're already at an advanced level of science that we would not understand to do that if they needed to.
Is a clone, Emery, basically human being identical to the clone? And so they eat, they sleep, they do everything that a human does?
No, because they still have to go through the growing process. It's a lot of work.
You can't speed that up.
Well, they have sped it up. They can make a George Nori in about 8 years, from baby to you.
Okay.
The problem is the brain cannot grow that fast as the body can. There seems to be a problem they're having with the brains.
What's the agenda? What's the mission here to clone?
I don't know that agenda. I can just give you my opinion on it, that they would use it for a fear type thing, such as a fake alien invasion, definitely control, like a secret army, a secret group of assassins. It's very frightful just to know that they're doing this on a mass production conveyor belt is horrifying enough.
So what do you think about that, Reflection? Remember, everything over here is highly alleged. Go do your own research. He was a part of a hybrid program, and he actually said that, listen, it only take 8 years. And that was then when they made that video, Reflection. Technology has gotten way advanced since then. Technology is advancing every second, every day, every minute, every hour. Okay. So with that being said, don't take quite as long now, 8 years. But at the same time, Reflection, the brain, that's why you have to have mind control over most of these clones, is because the brain have not developed. Even though they appear as an adult, the brain is still like a baby. That's why they act kind of childlike. They act very childlike, actually. Okay, so with that being said, have you ever seen certain celebrities and they'll be like, well, when their career don't go the way they want it to go, and they'll be like, well, I can't do anything else. I don't have the skills to do anything else. I don't know how to do anything else. This is all I know, really, because that is all that they were programmed to know. You get what I'm saying? They weren't programmed to go and have other skills like that, Reflection. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So just think about that. Just think about that, because it's literally right in your face. But if you don't know what to look for, then it'll go right over your head. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button if you haven't already. And we're gonna get into some celebrities too, Reflection. I haven't forgot that actually admitted that they are, you get what I'm saying, little piece? Right. Little piece.
Part 2 on this cloning. So the vessel itself, right? Once the vessel is built through the cloning technology, right? Which is pretty much scraping off a piece of your cell. They put it in some fucking machine or whatever like that, and it replicates itself, and boom, we have a new body. Yet, what happens when there's two of you in the same reality? Does the consciousness split? Are you guys experiencing the same thing at the same time if you're literally looking at your clone alive? Or do you automatically die and some form or somehow they're capable of transferring your consciousness to this new vessel, this new organic vessel that you've made from you? Now, if you're still with me here, right? What is memory? What is data? What is it made out of? Is it made out of energy? Is it a certain pattern that's sent to the body so you could be able to have your memory back? So my conclusion was memory has to be a part of energy.
Exactly, Reflection. Energy, that's how we're all connected, is through energy. That's how we all connected through that way of Reflection. And believe it or not, clones are connected too. They are all connected, okay? Especially the ones that are made in their petri dish. They're all connected, okay, Reflection. They learn. They nosy as hell. They learn from you. You think they not watching, but they're watching, Reflection. You get what I'm saying? So that's how a lot of them are becoming self-aware. You do shit when you was younger. You ain't never seen a baby. They'll see you do something, Reflection. Then the next thing you know, you be looking over there, be doing the same thing. You be like, nah, how did you learn that you was watching me the whole time? When you yes, you was, because I didn't teach you that. I didn't teach you that, but they became self-aware, right? Okay, without you even knowing it. So you can think about it like that on that level too. Let's go into a celebrity that has admitted that you get what I'm saying, could have had a little piece of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clones. Okay, now,
baby. They say give us a glee. I can't say glee. Y'all know I'm the clone. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how. That's the only thing that the software, you gotta understand, like, you gotta wait till like 2025, like when the software is like all the way like up to date. They ain't gave me everything yet. You know what I'm saying? There's certain little things I can't do, like the dude Kodiak Black.
He said Kodiak. It's Kodak. Hit the button. Hit the damn button on his ass. He hit the button. He can't even say his name right. This one glitching and shit. This one glitching. He glitching, y'all. Okay? Shit. Make another. This motherfucker slow. So anyway, allegedly, he said it. Flesh, what you get mad at me for? Because he said Kodiak and it's Kodak. Shit. Now anyway, bitch, we gotta do some. We finna do some reprogramming around here because this one right here ain't catching up. It ain't catching up. We're gonna have to switch some genetics around here. We're gonna have to switch some genetics. Okay, reflection. So Kodak Black, you know, he could have said he had a version of 1 or 2 or 3, but let's pay attention to some shit. I keep telling y'all, if you look at your body, what does a computer have? A computer has memory. A computer has data. You got all this shit. A computer has reflections. Just keep up with me now. I'm trying to say some shit. I'm trying to cook real quick. Go on ahead and get your plate and shit ready because I'm finna fix you some shit. All right, listen. Why do you think all of this? Why do you think when you input information into a computer, you're outputting it? When you have a conversation with somebody, you input your thoughts and they output their opinion. You get what I'm saying? Hit the like and subscribe button. I'm over here just going down a tunnel vision. We just going down a little piece of a tunnel vision. Don't judge us over here because we at the night school. This is where everything hidden come out reflection. We you get what I'm saying? Through the day, we just be, you know, we be in the matrix and shit. But when the nighttime come, when the sun set, you get what I'm saying? Reflection. Come on out and shit. We come on out and shit. Reflection. That's what these clones and shit doing. They coming on out. Reflection. They said y'all got me fucked up because I've become self-aware and I've been seeing what y'all been doing to the other ones. Just like him. Reflection. He said the software ain't caught up with him. He said, y'all, now that y'all know about clones, listen to what he said. Y'all ain't listening to him. He trying to tell you a little something. Hit the button because he talking too much. He talking too motherfucking much and he can't even get his name and shit right. Hold on. Let me put Control, Alt, Delete. Let me put some more shit up in here. Let me hit the button.
About this little baby. They say give us a glee. I can't say glee. Y'all know I'm the clone. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how. That's the only thing that the software, you gotta understand, like, you gotta wait till like 2025, like when the software is like all the way like up to date. They ain't gave me everything yet. You know what I'm saying? There's certain little things I can't do, like the dude Kodiak Black.
Control, Alt, Delete. Control, Alt, Delete. He can't even say the name right. Listen, a little piece of glitch. A little
Kodak clone malfunction.
Nah, tired. That's what I see.
Okay.
They're like tired, like they dead, and they dead like flies. Like flies everywhere. Cause they dead.
Man, we back with another reaction video.
What he on here? So y'all, who approved this motherfucking interview? Hurry up and tell me who approved this interview, because y'all know we mind controlling and shit around here. Who approved this shit? Because y'all finna have to come to my office in a minute. Who approved it? The third 3.450 Kodak can do this interview, because y'all know he wasn't ready yet. Y'all know the software and shit. You know how your computer sometimes say update and it say do not turn off the computer while it's update. Somebody turned off their damn computer while they was updating and shit, and he went and took a damn interview, and they done sent the wrong damn clone, allegedly they sent the wrong damn clone out there. We didn't approve this. This one wasn't even ready for no interviews yet. We didn't have him prepared. Shit. Allegedly, hit the button. Listen, I don't care nothing about none of that shit. Hit the like and subscribe. Reflection. We just going down the tunnel vision. We just little page, Just a little piece, okay, listen, don't judge me, judge your brother. We over here talking about clones and shit. We over here, they done let him do a little interview. Now we finna go on over here to a lot of people who y'all think crazy. Yeah, he be trying to tell some shit too. He be trying, they be about to hit the button on him too, but you, cause he be telling shit. He be telling some shit, he just little pink.
Stupid, bro. You see Kanye 6 feet tall and then you see him small. You better catch the small nigga and give him a hug, man, because he been through a lot of shit to be in that body. He was just trying to eat that day. he finally got his shit back, and that's what the real Kanye be in a real fucking place, chilling, eating, no security. That's Kanye. He got his shit back, and because he got his shit back, the fake Kanye filmed him and was like, oh, this ain't Kanye. Look at him. It's basically what he was saying, bro. And it's like, yo, man, Kanye hops out of fucking $1 million cars, bro, and stands there and takes pictures and then hops in the car and leaves. Kanye goes and gives bags away, bro. Like, he was giving Louis bags away out there in New York, bro. He's a thoroughbred. He's a real nigga, bro. He ain't no dope dealer. He's a producer. He's a real fucking artist. That's the real Kanye, you know what I'm saying? So if you looking at this nigga with the space shoes.
And he's always dressed like it's winter.
Yo, man, what the fuck? And then he got the space shoes on. What are you doing? Getting us ready for the infiltration? You want aliens down here. That's what they doing on Mars, wearing shoes like that. And they don't want y'all to motherfucking know it. They're wearing shoes.
You better shut up talking about Mars, Orlando Brown. Listen, you know I'm from the east side of Mars. You know I'm from the east side of Mars. You know we climb worlds and shit. You know we climb, trying, you know, the new order and shit. We climb worlds. Allegedly, y'all know I'm playing like y'all know, but I told y'all from the east side of Mars. Listen, he on to some shit though. They be saying his head's crazy, but between me and you, on the conspiracy level, just allegedly, highly alleged, he on to some shit. He on, y'all don't remember when all these rappers start wearing these big ass space looking clothes, reflection, and they'll do certain interviews and they'll be talking about Mars and shit like that. Y'all remember that interview Young Dolph did? Young Dolph and T Glock, and they was like, what do you think the music is like on Mars? And they was like, and it was like they was bored as fuck throughout the whole interview. But when they got talking about Mars and shit, reflection, they got kind of excited. They got kind of a little piece of excited. Okay, everybody love Mars. Everybody love, even Elon Musk. You see, he took his ass all the way over there to Mars allegedly. You know, everybody love Mars. So with that being said, let's listen to what Orlando Brown's saying, because y'all be want to label his ass a little piece of crazy. Now, have I said, you know, they had hit the button. They was like, he telling too much. Listen, hit the button. Put a little more program in here. Okay, let's make him do this. Let's make him, because listen, we gotta, shit, man, he got to talking too much. They gonna take him for real. This ain't the time yet. He going against the software. He becoming self-aware around this motherfucker. He listened allegedly. This is alleged.
He got his shit back. And because he got his shit back, the fake Kanye filmed him and was like, oh, this ain't Kanye. Look at him. It's basically what he was saying, bro. And it's like, yo, man, Kanye hops out of fucking $1 million cars, bro, and stands there and takes pictures and then hops in the car and leaves. Kanye goes and gives bags away, bro. Like, he was giving Louis bags away out there in New York, bro. He's a thoroughbred. He's a real nigga, bro. He ain't no dope dealer. He's a producer. He's a real fucking artist. That's the real Kanye, you know what I'm saying? So if you looking at this nigga with the space shoes.
And he's always dressed like it's winter.
Yo, man, what the fuck? And then he got the space shoes on. What are you doing? Getting us ready for the infiltration? You want aliens down here. That's what they doing on Mars, wearing shoes like that. And they don't want y'all to motherfucking know it. They're wearing shoes like that on Mars and shit. DEFCON owns Mars. Yeah. So DEFCON owns Mars, and this motherfucker, he trying to give us a little bit of his flavor, and we walking around in big clunker ass shoes, not knowing that we getting ready for infiltration. It's not a war no more, motherfucker. It's infiltration. It's your family. It's your mama. It's your daddy. It's your this. It's your that. It's your that. The world damn near done ended, and motherfuckers is sitting here acting like it's all the same. All because of DEFCON. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we love that little Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Sitting out there eating in the real.
Shout out to Cam. Come on, news, baby. Shout out. You're doing a good job over there. You're doing a damn good job. So with that, shout out to Orlando Brown too, man. You always be talking so much, Sagittarius. I be talking this shit so much, okay? Listen, at the software and shit update and everybody else. You got it because you ahead of time. You ahead of time, and you over here fucking up the motherboard and shit, okay? The like and subscribe. Y'all know I just be talking shit. So with that being said, though, if you go watch that show I told you, Feed, F-E-E-D, remember he said it's infiltration. It's your family. It's your get what I'm saying? Allegedly, they show all this shit in Feed. They show all this shit right here in that show, Feed. Reflection. Okay, it's on Prime Video. Maybe you can find it other places too, but I don't know. But I know it's on Prime. So what do you think about what he's saying with Kanye West? Okay, you know, a lot of people say Kanye been acting a little piece of strange. There's a little piece of strange reflection, but what version are you really talking about? Which one?
How's
Which
Kanye?
one?
You have
Well,
love
I
for him?
met like 5 or 6 different Kanye.
Do you remember when
The
he was
first
a nerd?
the first four was awesome. The last 2 was a little bit.
Couldn't you be like, do a Steve Harvey, be like, enough of this foolishness?
No, music is sort of like a mind your business thing.
I don't think you heard what he just said, baby. I don't think you heard he said in the music industry is mind your motherfucking business. So they already know a couple of them been hit the button. Hit the button. You heard him say he didn't say he wasn't laughing when he said that reflection. Did you hear what he said? Let me let you hear
How's Kanye?
one more again.
Well, I met like 5 or 6 different Kanye.
Do you remember when
The
he was a nerd?
The first four was awesome. The last 2 was a little bit.
Couldn't you be like, do a Steve Harvey, be like, enough of this foolishness?
No, music is sort of like a mind your business thing.
Mind your business, because you know what they say. Also, you over there talking shit, Jadakiss. You got an opinion and shit. You got to keep it cute. Keep it cute. Just mind your business. Listen now, mind your business. All right? Don't be going over there trying to put no cake and shit on, trying to save nobody. Don't be. Because, you know, we infiltrate shit. You know, we be infiltrating shit and they sleeping shit. Allegedly, just a little piece of ting, just a little piece of alleged. Now, I don't know that, but it has been alleged. Go watch this show, Feed Reflection, okay? Now, listen. We've been over here talking about clones and shit. You heard me, I had to get low with my voice. We've been over here talking about clowns and shit. We've been going down tunnel visions and shit. We've been in the mountains underground and over there, Australia, Antarctica, and all that shit. Reflection, we've been over here listening to shit, all right? Then we've been over here talking about Glee. We've been talking about Kodak. We've been talking about a little piece of Kanye West reflection. But go back and do your own research, okay? Don't sit over here listening at me. Don't come over here to the night school listen at T. You get what I'm saying. Because you know how I do. You know I'm from the east side of Mars. You know he just said we be trying to infiltrate some shit. All right, so with that being said, I'm not trying to make you wear them big ass space shoes. I'm just over here just trying to tell a little something reflection because y'all know I be telling shit, all right? So with that being said, definitely go and do your own research into cloning. Remember, reflection, everybody, they not you just because they look like you, just because they may walk like you, just because they may imitate you does not mean that they are you. All right, don't become an NPC player. All right, so with that being said, everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Definitely go and do your own research. Shout out to everybody who content that I used in this video. Shout out to y'all, baby. Okay, until next time, I'll show you.